There is a yearly turnout of school graduates, which undoubtedly increases the crunch of joblessness and unemployment in the country. However, vocational trainings and skills acquisition have been identified to reduce this menace, particularly among the young ones. You're watching Morning Safari. I am Olabisi Yusuf. Today we shall be discussing skills acquisition as a panacea for unemployment. It's nice to have you join us. Let's go through our complimentary segments on the program today. We'll be having the newspaper segment. We'll be bringing you issues that make headlines on our dailies. The fitness segment, the health segment, cartoon for the children, the background reports on how to reduce or curb unemployment with skills acquisition, discussion segment, the entertainment segment, and sports. We'll take a short break right now, and when we return, Morning Safari continues.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business, commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA Ilorin, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA Ilorin. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
Alright, you're welcome back. It's nice to have you join us. It's now time for the newspaper segment, and I will be starting with the Saturday Tribune. Sharia police arrest 931 in Kano for street begging. Details on page 4. Sanwo-Olu's wife asks Lagos market women to be security conscious. Details on page 4. Atiku campaign bombs Tinubu, Obi. Nigeria needs healer, not patient in 2023. Says Tinubu billionaire without business. Obi is Atiku's creation. Details on pages 16 and 17. ASU strike. It is time to register new unions in varsities. Yusuf Ali, SAN chairman, state varsities pro-chancellors. Ask, what has happened to lecturers' check-off dues? Details on pages 8 and 19. Fulani headers kill 6 in fresh attack on Benue community. Details on page 4. Tinubu sympathizes with Ganduje over Kano building collapse. Details on page 4. I dumped nothing to uphold my husband's acting legacy. Iyarembo. Details on page 2. Right behind Saturday Tribune, we have notes from Atlanta with Farouk Perogi. Nobody can restructure Nigeria in a democracy. For details in any of 900,000 naira pension, orders to gas explosion, says septuagenarian. Details on page 13. Miyetti Allah plans Congress on Atiku, Tinubu, Obi. Details on page 5. BBC Niger, housemate whose evictions shocked fans. Conscience guided me in the house, says Amaka. Details on pages 16 and 17. FG raises ministers, PAMSEX orders store allowances. Details on page 26. Behind Saturday Punch, Chan, Eagles B team walk tightrope. Nigeria may be stripped of Commonwealth Games gold as sprinter fails dope test. For interest in any of those stories, pick a copy of Saturday Punch. Announced to the nation, EFCC to appeal as court acquits Jang, cashier of 6.2 billion naira fraud. FG, why UAE is denying Nigerians under 40 visa, page 5. Atiku Wike face off. PDP NEC decides Ayu's fate, third day. Embattled chair chides APC over crisis. I knew PDP wouldn't give Igbo presidential ticket, Umahi. Details on page 4. Tompolo, serious action against illegal bunkering starts now. Intensify stakeholders' engagement to douse tension over pipeline contracts. Details on page 5. Rapper Ice Prince arraigned for alleged assault, abduction. Police, we have video evidence against artists. Details on page 2. FD begins Kara Bridge repairs, announces traffic diversion. Details on page 9. Woman arranges husband's kidnap for starving her of sex and cash. Details on page 2. Behind the nation, Tinubu, security and future of Nigeria. $192.96 billion naira largesse to pregnant women in Jigawa, Huriwa tells EFCC. Customs intercepts 389 wraps of cannabis sativa in Kebbi. Kudos, doubt over military onslaught on terrorists. Details on page 2. Big fish, small pond. How Mogalu ADC lost third force, page 8. Pedestrians, footbridges and avoidable accidents on Lagos roads. That story is on page 24. Bayani, timeless melodies of Marvin Protige. Ifi Obi the ACN, women should build positive belief system in themselves. That story is on page 15. Right behind the Guardian, we have sports. Nigeria fights for survival as Ghana dreams of another victory in Abuja. We are encouraged by football history, says Yusuf. Federal government makes entry fee. CAF Women's Champions League, another jollof war rages in Abidjan as Bayelsa Queens tackle Dakoa ladies in Waffle B final. Peter side to establish world-class football center if elected NFF president. MultiChoice announces open sporting weekend on DSTV, GoTV. Group plans national 7-a-side football tourney. For interest in any of those stories, pick a copy of The Guardian. Many thanks to Olu, your newspaper stand, for the newspapers. Moving ahead, we have next the fitness segment. Don't go away.
weight belly fat loss journey, healthy diet is a paramount tool. In as much as exercise is good, eating right does most of the work. I mean, if you pay attention to what goes into your mouth, you might not end up in the gym trying to lose belly fat, would you? Hello, welcome to fitness segment on Morning Safari, your breakfast show. I am Amarashi Onyeso. In this segment, we'll be talking about 5 healthy lifestyles to imbibe in your weight loss journey, especially your belly fat weight loss journey. 1. Eat a high protein diet. We all know that protein is extremely important nutrient for weight management. It is responsible for a good number of functions, including cell repair and management. Now, a good high diet protein simply means cutting down on your carbohydrates. Yes. So when you are eating your food, make sure to add a good source of protein, like lean protein. You can get it in your beans, and you know you can use your beans for akara, moi moi. You can get it in your soya beans, your meat, your fish, your nuts. Yes, cashew nuts, tiger nuts, coconut, walnuts, you name them. A high protein diet that contains lots of red meat and high saturated fat might lead to heart diseases and colon cancer. Whereas a high protein diet that is rich in plant-based protein might not share similar risks. So in essence, try to change your protein. Today take meat, tomorrow you can go for fish, next tomorrow you can go for your egg, and the next time you can go for your tiger nut juice. 2. Do not take too much alcohol. Yes, I'm sorry, but do not. In as much as alcohol has its own health benefits, it's when taken in smaller quantity. Excessive alcohol has been linked to increased belly fat. So if you want to lose some weight around your waistline and you want your waist to be snatched just like mine, intend to tone down on your alcohol intake or cut it out completely. 3. Reduce your stress level. Yes, stress can make you gain some belly fat because it triggers some adrenal glands that produce stress hormones. So in order to reduce your belly fat, engage in some pleasurable activities like swimming, relaxing, yoga, and you can do some stretching exercises. 4. Do not take a lot of sugary food. Yes, it's sugary, yes, it's sweet, and yes, it is harmful to your body. Because sugar contains fructose that when is excess in the body has a lot of health disadvantages. And excessive sugar intake is also one of the main cause of weight gain. I know you want to eat your hot plate of rice with 1 bottle of chilled Coke, but you might want to change that Coke to something like tiger nut because of its health benefits. 5. Get enough restful sleep. This point cannot be overemphasized. You already know the benefits of enough sleep. Please, if you have any health conditions, remember to talk to your doctor before you do any of the things that I've listed. And that brings us to the end of this segment. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. What shall it profit you to sweat for 2 hours in the gym trying to lose belly fat, only for you to come back and take the same things that made you end up in the gym in the first place? Till I come your way next time, same station, this is Fitness Segment on Morning Safari. Keep being healthy.
You're welcome back. Today on Fitness Segment, there is no ooh, 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 ah, ah, ah. It's more of teaching you, giving you a talk on how to eat right, taking the right proportion of the different classes of food, take a good proportion of protein, carbohydrates, fat, and what have you. And then we've been told it is very good to reduce alcohol intake and sugar consumption. Moving ahead, we have the health segment. Don't go away.
Efforts to eliminate malaria disease remain a major concern at all levels in Nigeria. A statistics from World Health Organization revealed that malaria accounts for over 40% of deaths in Nigeria, while over 20% of individuals seeking to be treated for malaria every year in almost all the 36 states of the Federation. Money Safari Crew speaks to an expert to know if this statistics is correct and why malaria cannot be eradicated in Nigeria.
In the last 3 to 4 months, they discovered that malaria is like 50 to 60% of the total number of patients we're seeing in the hospital. And out of these, the highest is among the children, because children, especially children under the age of 5, are prone to having malaria. Next to it are pregnant women, and so those are the high rates we have seen of malaria in the last 3 to 4 months. The high rate of malaria most times, number one, is due to our climate, because we're in the tropical region where mosquito is prevalent, and we know that one of the key things that causes malaria is the Anopheles mosquito. So when we take care of how this mosquito is taken care of, then it would really help. So things that people do that make that to be prominent, the Anopheles mosquito to be seen around, people keep stagnant waters around because of maybe the socio-economic status of the nation at large. Some of them don't even have access to water, so they are forced to put containers outside to take rainwater, and maybe as a result of that, they don't take care of that on time, which leads to breeding grounds for mosquito. And not only that, bushes around this raining season also are things that cause malaria to be very prevalent at this time. Most people keep the gutters around their houses are not well kept. Maybe things have blocked it, and so water is accumulating in a place there, which are sources of breeding grounds for the mosquito itself. So those are one of the few things that are actually causing that to be on the high side in this part of the world.
Although Nigeria remains one of the top most sub-Saharan African countries with high rates of death caused by malaria, Dr. Adumo speaks further on individuals' efforts to curb malaria at all levels, if not totally eradicated.
What we can do as individuals, number one is every individual can actually take care of his environment. So make sure you take care of your environment by cutting the grasses, the bushes around you. Don't let them grow too high to serve as breeding ground. Don't keep stagnant waters around your houses. Make sure that containers are outside. You cover them up, or you turn them upside down to prevent it to serve as breeding sources for the mosquito itself. If you have gutters in front of your house, if it's a community, there's no harm. You don't have to wait for the government. Come together as a community to see how you can take care of the gutters that are around your houses and make them clean so that it won't serve as breeding sources for mosquito. So most times for government hospitals, there is provision for insecticide treated nets for pregnant women and also for children under the age of 5. And it's not just to get it, make sure you use it, because most people may just collect it and then keep it in their houses. Use it, put it in your houses, sleep under it, so that mosquitoes, especially at night, we are prevented from having a bite from it while sleeping. We have to also, as a government, research what can be done in seeing how we can help to actually eradicate or take care of mosquitoes and reduce them to the barest minimum in the country at large.
Malaria is known to be a life-threatening disease caused by parasites that are transmitted through the bite of infected female mosquitoes. This causes several complications in pregnant women and can lead to high rate of miscarriage and considerable proportion of death in infants and young children. Let us observe all measures fighting war against malaria. Our health, we say, is wealth. Morning Safari continues.
All right, you're welcome back. From that report, you can tell that in Nigeria there is a high rate of death from malaria. So do everything you can to prevent being infected. The cheapest you can do is use the mosquito net, particularly for the children. It's now time for our children's segment. Enjoy this beautiful cartoon, children.
In a world where only cats were living, where the heroes ran in short supply, to a land so harsh and unforgiving, rode a hero, the blazing samurai. When one town was found to be in danger from the evildoer dropping by.
Marmalade, Marmalade, I need to make a call. Get me, what's his name?
I have Pikachu on line
good,
2.
Good, very good, yes, yes. Pikachu, how's it going?
Pikachu, how's it going? Peekaboo, how's it going?
Peekaboo, how's it going?
Pikachu, how's it going?
It's Pikachu, my divine fabulousness. I'm so excited and grateful that you will honor me with your presence for the unveiling of my latest creation. I promise to amaze you.
Listen, I gave you a call because I just got this urgent appeal from the town of Cacamucho. Seems they've been set upon by bandits. Can't have ordinary law-abiding cats terrorized, can we?
Of course we can't, your worshipfulness.
Well, I promised them we'd send a new samurai, and I'm putting you in charge of it, Nike Shoe.
Oh, sir, I'm so excited and grateful.
Good, good. And don't forget, I'll be there next week to see my new palace. Looking forward to you knocking my socks off. Hey, I'm gonna have to put you on hold. Here, hold this.
No, no, no. Oh, this could ruin everything. Send a new samurai to Cacamucho. I just got rid of the last one. I have to do what the Shogun says. But in a way, that will benefit me. Yes, that's it. I need a new plan. But what can that plan be? Why am I asking you?
All right, get up. It's time. Here, this is for you.
Oh, what's that for?
Oh, that's for your execution.
What? But I haven't done anything. What? I don't understand.
You came into this country illegally. It's strictly no dogs allowed.
Didn't you know? Cats hate dogs.
Wait, but dogs are lovable. How could you hate a dog?
My dad hated dogs, and that's good enough for me. It's not really based on logic. It just feels right to hate, you know?
Hey, makes sense to me.
Now, stammering number one. Number one. Number one.
I don't want to.
What?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to go up there.
Okay, then. You don't have to.
Really? Thank you.
Of course. I mean, what are we, barbarians? Archers!
I'm trying to think up here. I know you've got a lot of prisoners to kill, but please, can you keep it down?
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
There he goes.
Hey, can't we just talk this out? I don't speak dog, but wait, we're communicating right now. No, we're not. You just understood me. No, I didn't. You should have never come here, dog. You don't belong. Doggone it!
Plan.
It's nice to know you're still there. Children, hope you enjoyed that beautiful cartoon. We'll hope to bring you another piece next week. It's now time for our background report on skills acquisition and unemployment. Don't go away.
Unemployment is rated at 8.53% in year 2019, 9.71% in year 2020, and 9.79% in year 2021. Statistics shows that unemployment rate is growing year in, year out. This trend is worrisome and calls for urgent need by young graduates to look inward since the so-called white-collar jobs are no longer available.
It is a dream of every student to find a job after graduation, considering the large number of graduates produced by tertiary institutions every year. This scenario, however, overwhelmed the labor market, which left many graduates unemployed.
The rate of unemployment in Nigeria is actually very high because every year we have graduates from different universities joining the labor market, and a lot of them are banking on the white-collar job that it's not even available for everybody. So I think it is advisable for people to learn other skills like farming, tailoring, baking, bag making and all that. So at the end of the day, even if they don't get the white-collar job, they can always fall back to this one to help themselves and not become a problem to the society.
According to statistics, especially for youths like us, unemployment rate is around 33.9% in Nigeria, because in Nigeria, we have like almost 174 recognized universities and 134 polytechnics that are recognized, and they take in students at least 2 million in a year and produce up to 1 million, more than 1 million graduates every year. They produce more than 1 million graduates every year, but hardly would 100,000 say they have jobs or that they are doing.
Inability to secure jobs by some young graduates is becoming frustrating either ways. Many, as means of sustenance, involve themselves in various crimes like armed robbery, internet fraud, kidnapping, hacking, to mention a few. While we have some progressive unemployed youth that seek skills acquisition as alternative profitable ventures and graduated to be bosses in their own capacity.
The way forward is for government to encourage and promote vocational skills. That is the in thing. That is what is being promoted in developed country. By doing so, you also encourage agriculture so that you can venture into agricultural practices.
The issue with unemployment in Nigeria is one, cause of leadership, the wrong leadership we have, and also lack of productivity. So the only way I can advise youths of nowadays is to enable themselves acquire some skills, in any skills that they know or they can learn, because that alone self can bring about employment. Because when you acquire skills and you're able to set up yourself, you can even introduce more of youths and people. You can employ more of people into this. So even the National Youth Service Directorate are compulsoring a side skill, which is skills acquisition entrepreneurship for all youth members, so as to have a job that are doing, so they won't wait for a white-collar job or anything before they can survive.
Stakeholders in the education sector are of the view that government at all levels, local, state and federal, should encourage entrepreneurship and skill acquisition for sustainable development, as this will go a long way in preparing our young graduates for the task ahead. This explains why schools from elementary to higher institutions have embraced entrepreneurship even at the National Youth Service Scheme. Morning Safari continues in the studio.
You're welcome back. Our guest is already here with us in the studio for the discussion segment on how to curb unemployment with skills acquisition. Our guest is Leye Ogundiran. He's the CEO High Wisdom Consulting, a human resource consultant, specialist in leadership and personal development. So welcome on the program this morning. It's nice to have you join us.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, let's start with talking about unemployment. Let's start with the factors responsible for unemployment in Nigeria.
There are a lot of factors responsible for unemployment in Nigeria. Which one of them is there? We don't have enough companies or ministries to employ people and engage them. That's one. And number two, most graduates we have in Nigeria today, or most of our young people, they are not employable too. They don't have personal development. Some of them are not skillful in what they've learned or what they've been taught or what they've been developed, they've taught to do. So automatically, most of them, when they go for interview, they are not actually employable. So one of the things we have to do is that people have to get developed very well. They must know what they want to do, and they must have skill in what they want to do. That's one of the factors that is responsible for it. And one of the things that is responsible for it again is that the government policy and economy in the country is responsible for the unemployment in Nigeria.
Okay. Talking about skills acquisition, what's the importance of skills acquisition in curbing unemployment in Nigeria?
Yes, once you have skill, you are personally developed by yourself, and you can always be doing the work and be making more money for yourself and for the generation. Let's look at it. In Africa, especially in this part of the world, before the colonial people came to Nigeria to come and colonize us, what we have was that every family have what they are doing. It's either they are doing blacksmith, they are into blacksmithing, they are into dyeing, they are into fishing, they are into farming, or anything like that. So that's what they do. And all the children always grow. The sons in the house, the daughter in the house, grew up to have a particular skill, and they grow into it. And until their father or their mother gave them the opportunity to be focusing on. Are you getting it now? So the question we have now is that we don't have that again. But when people go out to go and get skills instead of this white collar job that most people are clamoring for, they can always have the job they'll be doing for life, which they can also transfer to the next generation coming up. It will now become a transgenerational matter.
Okay, so what is the best time or age to acquire skills?
There's no any best time to acquire for it. Once the child can grow, and the challenge is with the parents. Firstly, the parents must be able to look at the children and understand what talents, what kind of skill is this particular child is developing, or has, that they can now help the child to develop before start making money from it. Because what makes people to want to develop skill is that they are looking for money from it. But it's not about money first. It's about you knowing this talent or this skill, I have it, let me go and develop it, then now start looking for an avenue to make money from it.
Okay, as a human resource person, consultant, how can a person know which skill best suits him or her?
Well, number one, you have to know your passion, know what you do without stress. Then number three, you must know what you do freely. You can do for free.
Like
that's it.
A hobby.
Hobby, something that is hobby. And once you are doing anything that you have passion for, you have interest in, and that's something that flows through you naturally, then engage in it and start making money from it. Go and develop the skill and start making money from it.
Okay, viewers at home, we're talking skills acquisition, on how to curb unemployment using skills acquisition, and we have a human resource consultant with us in the studio. We'll take a short break right now, and when we return, the discussion continues. Don't go away. Before that break, let's quickly take this. How can we solve unemployment in Nigeria?
In Nigeria. Well, God will help us to solve the problem of unemployment in Nigeria, because we have a lot of graduates, a lot of young people that are looking for job. Well, you know, there's this what they call career development. What I would advise is that young people should go for what they call career development when they are still in the secondary school, to know the best career they can develop. What is career? Career is where the profession meets with your job, what you can do to make money, and what you want to go for certificate, you want to go and learn and get certification for. That's career. So once you have career and you know this is what I want to focus on, start developing on it. Then from the government's part, I believe that they can do little or nothing about it. Then from the industrialists and those people that are creating jobs for people and business owners, they can do their own. But for you, you are the one that you know what suits you, that you can make money from. Okay. Then one of the easiest ways to solve unemployment for individual is to volunteer your service. You've gone to school, you've gotten the certificate, you've gotten the skill, then volunteer your service. At initial stage, they may not be paying you, just giving you transport money, giving you stipend, but as time goes on, they will need you. Once you develop yourself, they can't do without you. Once you are volunteering your service. But most people, they don't want to volunteer their service. A lot of schools need to put service today. A lot of companies need to put service today. A lot of, just like this television station now, people can come here to come and do it for free for you. Then later on, you start giving, once you see that they are bringing their in, you see their input, then you start giving them money from it. Then from there, they can get better opportunities everywhere. But the question here is that people are waiting for that golden job, the big job that will pay them good money they are looking for.
Okay, as a human resource consultant, the volunteer services, do they count on the person's CV?
Yes.
Even do they add to the years of experience?
Yes, it is. It is. That is. Most people say they don't have 1 year experience, 2 years, 3 years experience. Why? Because they have not been volunteering their service. Doing their what have they been doing?
while
Intersemester, what have they
waiting for
been
the
doing?
job,
Yes,
the
even this
desired
ASU
job.
strike that's going on now, what have they been doing? Most people are just sleeping, waking up, watching films at home, just watching different kind of movies at home, instead of them to go and engage their skill in particular thing that will help them, or engage themselves in what will develop them and encourage them, that will add up to their CV as time goes on.
Okay, for some people not to engage in skills acquisition, I think one or two factors are responsible, but we'll discuss that after the short break. Let's take a short break right now. We'll be right back.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA Ilorin, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA Ilorin. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Morning Safari and our discussion segment. At this time, I'll be saying there are some people that go to school. Meanwhile, there is a family business waiting for them after graduation. What's your take on that? Do they still need to acquire skills to be able to manage the business?
Yes, they still need skill. Let's first look at the skill. What are the things? Do we mean by talking about the skill? Number one, we have to look at skill from different angles. Going to school, you still need a skill. We went to school to become a journalist. You still need a skill to do it. I know a lot of people that went to school to study mass communication that they cannot practice. Why? They don't have the skill. The talent is not there. They don't have the ability to do it, and they don't know how to go about it. So the same thing, if you are going to manage, if you are not cut out to be a manager and they go to school and they want to come and manage the company, they may fuck up and they may not be able to handle it very well. But the question is, they still have to develop skills. Certificate is not enough for you to develop it. There are some skills. When you're talking about skills, not talking about assistance, learning one particular trade or the other, all this artwork and all these skillful work. No,